What is good, team? Welcome back to the channel for, I think, the last session of, I guess, this program. I think I filmed all the sessions, so you guys will be seeing the last session of this block, which is supposed to be my fourth session, but because we're training with Jamesy again today, we did swap this session around. So I did my sort of limb day yesterday, which was hams and arms. Today is pull and delts. So I'm gonna take you guys through it, kicking off with calves first. I'm actually gonna use today, so a little spot out here, exploring London today with James. So we'll get a session in, I'll show you guys what we're doing, and then we're gonna go explore later on, and then get some food and go for a wander. But I'll see you guys in here for pull. We're kicking off calves first. Seated calf raise, getting some warm-ups in, and then we'll get cracking on some heavy work sets. Good, bro. Knees nice and straight, good. Toes pointed. Big stretch at the bottom. Good. Yeah. All the way, all the way, all the way. Good, 5 to 10 seconds. Finish it off, knees forward, straight. Good.
Oh, fuck.
That's how you train calves.
That's a burner.
That's how you do a set of calf raises. If your calves aren't growing, you're probably not training them hard enough. Good, get the scaps right back, lift the chest up. That's better. Scaps back, chest up. Beautiful reps. Good. Right, so first actual exercise of this pull session, seated cable row. So we're doing something that's more unsupported, seated cable row obviously, not supported here. Before we go move on to the supported, we're gonna do the prime row today because we've got one here and it's really cool to use. So I guess the ability to overload the more stable stuff later in the session kind of makes more sense. Hit this stuff that's a little less stable while we're fresh in the session. So there isn't too much fatigue present, there is less risk of injury, and we can probably overload it a little bit heavier. Then we can go into the more stable stuff where we do get more output for the muscles that we are trying to train. I guess some rationale for the way we're structuring this session to doing calves first. I suppose the point for anyone that wants to grow their calves, or any muscle group for that matter, what you train first in the session is the thing that receives the most stimulus. And then I guess a double whammy for calves is because you're training calves in that session, there's gonna be no fatigue carryover to the other stuff you're training. So like, if you were to do calves first in your leg session, you might impede some of your leg training where, because we're training back and arms and stuff like that, there's literally no carryover. So we can belt our calves, then we can still come in, hit some upper body and belt that and have no real issues there. So some rationale anyway if you want to do it for your own training.
Come on. That's a good stretch. Yes. Come on, let's rep it. Let's move it. Get it. Ooh. That's a spicy workout.
Spicy meatball. Good, Jamesy. All in one smooth motion, straight up. Once you fail there, I just want you to do shrugs. Elbows locked, just scaps back. Good, couple good ones left, then just shrugs. Shrugs to fail. Scaps back, elbows locked. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good. All right, so exercise 2, chest supported prime rows. I always like these when we have the ability to use them, just because they're so stable. It does give you the ability to load those different pegs so you can have different loading profiles. We've got this mostly loaded in that middle peg, which is pretty even throughout the whole range. It does bias a little bit more to the shortened position. So what we could potentially do, and this would be a strategy I've spoken about a couple times now just with loading patterns on these types of machines, is you can do more middle to shorten loading early in the set where you do tend to drop off in that shortened position quite quickly. So as you get into your second, third, fourth set or whatever you end up doing, you could just preferentially move that loading up and end up in, split between middle and lengthened, or just all lengthened, because you're going to be far stronger in that lengthened position, and you're going to maintain your strength and your integrity throughout that set in that lengthened position. So we'll probably do this first set pretty close to fail, middle peg, and then James suggested we'll kind of move it up into that lengthened peg for the second set. So we do get a little more emphasis on the stretch at the bottom, and it does give us the ability to kind of contract a little bit harder because it does let off in that shortened position where typically is hardest to finish the rep.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Yes. Big reps. Let's go. Easy reps, come on. All right, shrugs. That's it. Move it. Come on. A few more. Come on. Yes. Yes.
Ow. Good. Beautiful, same here. Once you fail, shrugs. Good, 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 good. Shrugs from here, let's go. Elbows stay locked. Lift the chest, pull the scaps. Good. To fail here, bro. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let me tell you now, unsolicited advice. When you're built like this man here, anybody in the gym that's bigger and more jacked than you, shut up and watch them and do what they do. It's pure evidence it works. If you're 16, you're on TikTok, I don't care what degree you've got. If you look like him and he's bigger and he's more jacked than you, just shut the fuck up and watch. You don't know more. It's not bro science, it's physical evidence. The man does better than you do. Doesn't matter what they're doing, if it's unconventional to you, it's fucking working. No need to make more conversation on it. Unsolicited advice.
That's the real evidence-based approach to training.
Let's get it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's the one. Come on. Easy work, come on. Let's get it. Yes. Shrugs. Yes. Clean movement. Come on. Nice, come on. Ooh.
Jamesy, good job. Stay locked in. Pull back with the elbow. There you go. So on to exercise number 3 of this pull session. The primary emphasis of this session being more upper back biased. So the way I've got my sessions laid out for this phase is one primary pull session for more lat bias stuff. So more single arm, more vertical movements, more horizontal movements with that single arm pattern. Then this session kicking off with more of those upper back emphasis movements, typically bilateral in nature. So we do those first in the session, they get the most stimulus, then we move on to the lat stuff. So this being like a bit of a mishmash of kind of upper back and lat bias, bilateral lat pull down, but then we're finishing off with some lat isolation with that cable pull over. But I think actually there's a cool pullover machine here, so we might use that. All the TikTok bros will be happy with us because we're taking out the arms. No limiting factors there. We're just using the elbows to train the lats. Anyway, forget what they say. We're out here trying to get huge.
Sweating. Ooh. Good, Jamesy. Let's go, Kyle, come on. At least 5, come on. Come on.
So if you're someone that struggles to feel your lateral delts, or you really just feel your traps whenever you do any lateral raise variation, a couple of big cues that I can give here is really think about keeping your shoulders basically pulled back and down. So you're not elevating your scapula as you come up and really jamming up your traps. You're really thinking about shoulder blades down. Think about that big sweeping motion, so you do put all that tension on the delts and you really stay away from that shrugging motion, which is really just gonna jack up your traps and probably just cause some sort of impingement injury, or just impede the ability to grow your lateral delts, which is, at the end of the day, the objective. So you don't necessarily need to lift as heavy. And I suppose the people that do feel their traps too much probably lift too heavy, and they end up using other stuff to kind of move the weight around. So not really the goal.
Let's go, man. Get him up. Come on. Let's go. Good.
Really let it sit at the bottom, then squeeze up. Good. Full reps only, and then into partials. Beautiful reps, bro.
Oh, man.
Alright, that is us done and dusted. Pull and delts in the books, another week done. You guys have seen all 5 sessions of this current mesocycle now, so I'll probably just be posting these every week, just an effort to show you guys the progression as we get deeper into this improvement phase. But that was actually a really good session. Jamesy, how you feeling?
That was crazy, man. That pump. It's worth coming to the other side of the world for training with a man like that, I tell you. It's brutal stuff, but it's the only way you're going to grow in it. Exactly. So we've got to do it.
So Jamesy, I think we'll get one more session in before he heads off. See how we go, but it's been good having a training partner for at least the last couple of weeks. Just kind of push each other and have a bit of fun too in the process. Because who knows when we'll see each other again, being on the other side of the world. But as always, guys, if you enjoy the content, it means the world to me. If you like, comment, share, most importantly, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys probably next week. I might even show you a full day of eating because we're on some new calories now. So it's getting a little spicy. So food's getting a little adventurous, but I'll show you guys what that looks like next week. Peace.
Peace.